Hey YouTube, I'm currently in another space. So I moved again for the third time. I am currently in a suite this time. It's a suite and it's like the best suite you can get because it's a suite, so there's like more than two people living in it, but all the rooms are singles, right? So I'm in this room all by myself. Um, I love it because, even the person like right across from me is my friend, right? So it's really cool because it's like we have our own rooms, but we still live together, It's really cool. Um, so this video is not about that. This video is very, it should probably be really short because it's not like much happened. But just yesterday, I went to um, the intramural basketball game for Cheney. Um, Cheney University is a very small school. Um, Obviously, not that many people know about it, but you know, it's not like it's a Division 1 school or Division 2. It doesn't have a division. So, like I said, we do intramural sports, right? Where it's like it's pretty much like community sports. It's like when like random, like like random, like people from work make their own sports or whatever. Like they'll have like frisbee golf or I don't know. I can't explain it well, but it's kind of like that. So, anyways, um, so I went to one of the games yesterday, and they've been doing these games ever since the second semester started, but I never really cared for it because um, it's just I don't feel like going out at night at like 6 to really watch a game that I'm not playing, right? Um, but just the other day, my friend was like, "Yeah, we're about to go to a game. You want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah." So, because I didn't have anything else to do, so I ended up going. And it was a lot more fun than I would have expected. Um, it was fun and it was funny. I really liked it because you would think that like I would think that like if you go to I don't know if Temple has a good basketball team. I know it has a good football team, but either way, Temple's a huge school, so you would think that like going to a basketball game, you'd be seated with like thousands of other people in that stadium or gym, but Cheney is so small, it doesn't have a stadium, but it has gyms, of course. And it wasn't thousands of people at the game; it was like 40 people. But either way, it was incredibly fun to watch. Um, no, maybe like 60 people actually. But yeah, like I said, it was very fun to watch because it played like a real college game. Um, so I ended up joining kind of late. It was like it was the beginning of the second half, and usually college games work like 20 minutes each half instead of like the NBA where it's 15 minutes. Is it 15 or 12? I think it's 12 minutes for the NBA, 12 minutes per quarter. So the games usually are like 40 minutes, but with timeouts and everything else, it it's like roughly an hour. Um, so anyways, um, like I said, I ended up going and it was fun to watch, but it was also funny because, and this is not to demean any group of people that I'm about to call out, but it's more so to see the funny side of it. Like, okay, so oh, I hope y'all don't hear my roommate. Oh, if y'all hear this, I might have to delete it. But anyways, so goodness gracious. Okay, so anyways, um, so I used to live in Norristown for a good 2 years. I lived in Philly for a cool year, so I'm not gonna say I grew up in the hood, but there's clear, there's a clear, different group of people within, different groups of, like whether you're from the suburbs or you're from the hood, and there's like I don't know what to call this group of women, but like there's like, and I don't want because I kind of want to say ratchet, but I feel like ratchet's kind of demeaning. But ghetto isn't demeaning because ghetto is just, you know, like I can call, you know, but this is just my opinion. So, anyways, I'm not gonna call them ratchet. Like I said, I'm gonna call them ghetto. So there's like a group of ghetto girls, right? I feel like this is from because this is even like when I go to Irvington to see my father and you know my dad's side of the family, you know, you see these types of girls as well, you know. So, and you know, this is to say, you know, everybody in Cheney is from North Philly, which is the hood part of Philly. So, it's very. Let me explain what these girls are like, right? So, like these are the these are the type of girls that you would see like with like their small little purses. You know, they always have their hands like these. You know, they always got their hands like these. They always be talking like these. You know, they always got the huge hoop earrings. You know, they always eating like hot fries at like 9 in the morning. You know, and you know, there's always like, you know, and the one that has like the thickest accent is like the light skinned girl out of that group. It's weird, but it's always the case. You know, when I run into like, you know, those types of girls, right? So anyways, so yes, there was a group of those type of girls um at the gym playing, you know, or not playing, but watching, you know, the guys playing basketball. It was really funny because clearly they were cheering for, I don't know if it was their boyfriends, you know, just guys that they liked. I don't know. Um, but every time the one guy would get the ball, he wasn't even good at the game. Like you can, I'll get to that later. But every time he would get the ball, they would be like, "That's my Devon. Like go Devon, score, honey." You know, they would make comments like that, right? And it was hilarious because Devon wasn't even good at the game. Like, so I'm off the ghetto girls, but there was a bunch of like pretty boys, right? Like like you know the guys that like, and I've been noticing this a lot more because I actually unfortunately I'm using Instagram again, right? And like there's, you know, like these the type of guys that like take pictures where they're clearly showing their jawline. You know, like those type of guys, like the light skinned guys that like they stare into the camera like this, you know, like those type of guys. So there was about like, I want to say about like six pretty boys that were playing basketball because it's five per team for a basketball team. So out of the 10 that were really playing, there was like six pretty boys. Most of them didn't know how to play the basketball. Like they didn't know how to play the game, or at least they weren't good at it. But the thing is, because they're tall, because they have an accent, because they're from Philly, people kind of automatically assume that they know how to play the game. So I guess I don't know, like, I don't know why they wanted to prove themselves, but I guess, you know, they went to the court thinking, okay, if people think that, you know, I'm a good basketball player, let me show it to them. Then they start playing, and they're terrible at the game. Like, out of those six, I want to say like, I'm sorry, the air just came on, but out of the six that were playing, like I want to say like half of them were terrible, and like the other half were actually good. But Devon was one of the pretty boys that were garbage at the game. Like he would catch the ball and he would start dribbling with two hands. Like bro just learned how to like actually start using his motor skills for the first time. It was ridiculous. But you know, there was like a, you know, there was some people that actually did know how to play, and it was a shame really because, you know, like I said, Cheney is not a large school, so it's like obviously, if you're from Duke and you can play well, you're going to get scouted by actual NBA scouters. But if you're from Cheney, no one even knows what that school is, so it's not like they'll get scouted, you know, as much as like the people from like Temple or Duke or, you know, Washington State. So it's a shame, you know. But I just, I really thought it was funny that like the ghetto girls were like, because I don't think they knew what was happening either. I think It was more so they saw the man that they liked running, and they thought that like they were doing something well. I think it was more so that rather than they knew actually what was going on in the game. Because like I said, Devon was a terrible player. Like he didn't score out of the 20 minutes that I was there. Because I missed the half. I missed the first half. Out of the 20 minutes of the second half, he scored 2 points. Like he scored, and 2 points is just one basket. So he only made one basket. Like he didn't do anything. But because he was light skinned, from Philly and was tall, of course, they're gonna think that, you know, they're gonna think what they think, right? So, but who's to judge? I just thought that was really funny. I'm definitely gonna start going to those games a lot more. Um, obviously, because I like the game basketball. I love watching it. I thought I was good playing it, but I'm not that good. And like I keep saying in all these videos, like I have fat to lose. Um, Also, I figure that it's gonna make me laugh watching those pretty boys, fail at playing basketball, and it's gonna make me laugh even further watching those girls just like they'll get up out their seat and like, yay Devon, yay, that's my boo, that's my baby, it's like Devon is on the floor. Never mind, but you know, so anyways, yes, I figure, I'll definitely start going to these games a lot more. Hey, it's one of those times where you can see actually a lot more people on campus because, like I said, COVID's going on. Not too many people really show themselves on campus, but for the games, apparently a lot of people come. So it's really nice. It's like an actual college experience for me. So that's all I got, and I thought it was a funny video. So peace.